Outdoors. It feels like outdoors.
Is it daytime or nighttime?
Feels like day.
Day. Very good. And in this place where you are, do you feel like you're male or female? What do you sense?
Sense that I am female.
Are you young or old?
Either. Not too young. Not too.
So if I were to ask you your age, what numbers do you see in your mind?
I see 25.
Wonderful. Very good. So let's find out a little bit about you and where you are. What is this place?
I don't see anything. I just feel like it's in the woods.
Very good. Very good. So I don't want you to try to see anything because your eyes are closed. I want you to drop into your senses. You have many other senses that you can use. So as you drop into your senses, you'll drop into that place that's used for your memory. What is this memory in which you're in the woods? You could look down at yourself to see what you look like.
I am wearing a white dress, long white dress. I have long hair and I have like a wreath looking thing around my forehead, head on my head, across my forehead.
What is it made of?
Like leaves and twigs.
Yes.
Pretty, has baby breath in there.
Nice. What does this wreath
I,
signify to you? Why do you wear it?
I feel like I'm part of nature. I feel good and happy and at peace.
Feel that feeling. Connect with all of the environment around you. How does that feel?
It feels good. It feels like extension of home.
Where is your home?
My home is with God. This is where I must learn. It's very beautiful, and I'm thankful for being here. And the trees and the nature makes me feel close to God.
And this place where you feel so close to God, where are you?
Just, I don't know, just like in the woods. I feel like I'm on earth in the woods. Been another time.
Very good. So I'm going
Not
to count.
now.
I'm going to count backwards from 3 to 1. And you'll go out of those woods and go to the place in which you live in that lifetime. 3, 2, and 1. You're there now. Where do you live?
Mm, Doesn't seem like much. It's like, it's hard to explain. I've never seen it. It's like I don't know, like a dome, like an igloo made of sticks, kind of thing. You know how an igloo is shaped, but it's made out of stick, bunch of
Yes.
sticks. It's quite, well, I don't know how that's possible, but yeah,
Is it in the woods?
it's in a, let me look it's like right before the woods. The woods are in the background, but it's more like, clearing.
Like a clearing. Very good. And what else do you notice about your home? Go inside.
Very simple, not very big, one room. There's like a cot on the floor,
A cot on the floor. Yes.
blankets and stuff.
Do
I
you
can tell
sense
I
that?
sleep there.
Okay. Do you sense that you live alone there or with others?
I feel alone. I don't feel any sense anybody else.
How does that feel to live alone?
It feels good. I'm exploring.
Tell me about that.
I'm understanding life and being physical. It's new to me.
What is it that you need to learn being in a physical place?
Yeah. About nature, about the other physical things here on Earth, the animals
Yes.
and the way they work and how it relates to humans.
And does your
Um,
body work like a human body? Do you need to eat?
yes, I do.
So, what are the things that you eat living in that simple
I
life?
I eat off the land, berries, different grasses, things that are growing.
Yes. Are you
Life.
learning about that too? About growing your food?
Yes. No, I don't think I grow that. I watch the other animals and see what they eat.
Ah,
And uh, seeing is coming to where I've seen an animal eat another animal, and I want nothing to do with that. I'll stick to what the other ones eat, the berries, the grass.
very good. And what do you call yourself? What name do you go by?
Hmm. I look at name as a question.
Mm-hmm.
It, I don't. call myself anything, it says.
Okay, very good. So let's close this scene. And I'm going to count from 1 to 3. When I get to number 3, you're going to move to a time in that same lifetime in which something important is happening, something that impacts your life. 1, 2, and 3. You're there now. What's happening?
Hmm. Hmm.
Mm-hmm. We're up.
People. I think
People.
I see people.
Mm-hmm.
They're coming. I'm scared. Scared.
Mm-hmm. Do
They're
you know these
different,
people?
but they're like me, but they're different. They wear different clothing. They are lots of them.
Mm-hmm.
I've been by myself. Um, I, they're just different.
Mm-hmm. What do you notice about these people?
Um, that they communicate with each other. They are, they set up a community, and they're all like paired up and stuff.
Mm-hmm. How does that make you feel?
Interesting. And I find it interesting that they are all together and paired up like that.
Yes. Have you seen the
Weird.
animals pair up?
Uh, I see them come and go. I
Mm-hmm.
see them have babies and then they leave.
Yes.
But they're by themselves,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm by myself. These people are all together. They came all together and they are a community. I guess I'm learning community.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting. I don't understand it very well.
Okay. So let's move forward a little bit to where you do learn something from these people.
Mm. They know a lot. They're making things and showing me all these interesting things. It was so simple before, and now there's so much uh, that I did not know.
Mm-hmm.
They make clothing, they make jewelry. Oh, they are showing me they're growing the different foods
Yes.
and their homes are they're like teepees.
Mm-hmm.
They use animals in a way I don't approve of,
Mm-hmm.
but understand. They help me understand the necessity of what us humans have to do to survive here on Earth.
Mm-hmm. How do they treat you?
They treat me just fine.
Mm-hmm.
They are curious why I don't know any of this.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, I am too.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Why was I alone? And why didn't I have people around me?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. how did I have that dress on if
Let's find
you
out.
know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of weird.
Let's find out about that. I want you to close that scene now. And I'm going to count backwards from 3 to 1. And with each number, you'll go back in time before all of this happened so that you know how you got to be there, how you turned up on Earth. 3, 2, and 1. How does this all begin?
Hmm.
Where are you?
I'm a baby.
Mm-hmm. Tell me more.
I'm not seeing much, but I'm getting senses, and the senses I'm getting is I was abandoned
Mm-hmm.
and had to grow up on my own.
Mm-hmm. Notice what happened to your parents. Your soul knows. Your soul remembers,
Mhm.
no matter how young you are. What happened to them?
I think I want to, as an animal, and I want to say it was a bear.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say they were killed by animals.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. That's the sense I get.
Mm-hmm.
And why I didn't get, I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Go deeper.
I,
Take a deep breath and go back to that moment where your soul saw everything. 3, 2, and 1. You're there with your parents. What's happening?
I don't know. There's a lot of screaming going on.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I don't know what's happening. They're just getting taken away from me.
Mm-hmm. Who's taking them away from you?
Big animal. I
Mm-hmm.
want to say it's a bear, but it seemed bigger. Maybe because I'm so little. It
Mm-hmm.
just seemed like a giant animal type thing dragged them away
Mm-hmm.
from me. I don't, it just doesn't make sense to me.
Mm-hmm. I don't want it
I,
to make sense to you. Just report what happens. What happens now after your parents are gone? What do you do next?
I just sit there and cry for a long time, for days, and then I'm hungry
Mm-hmm.
and I have to go out, get food.
Yes.
I'm scared to leave where I am. It's like a cave of some sort.
Mm-hmm.
I can see things that belong to my parents,
Mm-hmm.
clothes, stuff like that.
Yes.
And I just go out and eat plants. I'm scared whenever an animal comes near me,
Mm-hmm.
but it doesn't hurt me. So I start to feel better about it.
Mm-hmm. Notice how old you are. See the number in your mind.
I'm like 5.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So you can get around on your own and eat lots of
Yes,
berries. Mm-hmm.
yes,
Where do you
yeah.
take shelter?
in this cave on the side of a mountain. It's not much, but it keeps me from the elements,
Yes.
and it my parents' stuff. I keep it close to me.
Yes. Very good. So now that you know what happened, I'm going to close that scene. And now you go to the moment where everything happens in your life, where you realize what is the purpose of being there. 1, 2, and 3. Notice how old you are.
I'm like in my 40s.
Yeah.
I'm in a community,
Yeah.
and I've learned so much. And my purpose here was to learn from humans and animals
Yes.
the way physical life is and the importance of good people and animals and bad people and animals, that they all have a purpose, and not to judge any of it, but to experience and learn.
Why do you imagine your soul needs to learn the ways of the physical life?
Uh, I have been up in space for a very long time, and I wanted change, and God said, you can have change if you want it, but only this one time will we offer it to you. And I chose it, and it was a slow process to experience it because it was hard for me. And this is me being human for the first time.
Very good.
And I needed to understand how it worked.
Very good. So go to the end of your life in that lifetime. I'm going to count to 3. When I get to number 3, it'll be the last day of your life. 1, 2, and 3. You're there now. How old is this body?
Mm. Seems old, but the number comes 60, and it seems as I've lived such a life, and I am ready to go. I feel as if I'm like, in the 90s, but the number 60 comes up, like as
Yes.
if I have lived a good, experienced life, and it's time to go, and I feel like it's old age. But it could be some virus or something. I
All
don't
right.
know, but it was at a point where I am ready to go.
Is there anyone with you or you're by yourself?
Hmm. There's the community there that comes and checks on me, and it's not just one person. It will be like shifts
Yes.
of people coming in and coming and checking on me and telling me they love me and will miss me and to enjoy my next journey. And I am thankful for each and every one of them.
Wonderful. So allow your soul to leave that body now, releasing that body like an old coat. And as you release that body, that experience is over. It no longer affects that soul. Take with you the wisdom and information, but leave behind any heartaches, any fears, anything that you may have experienced in that life. Leave it all behind. It doesn't belong to you. And as your soul reaches the light, what happens? Is there anyone there for you?
There's the beam, silhouette, energy, lots of energy.
How many do you
The
see?
lot,
A lot of
lot,
energies.
yeah.
So you no longer need to speak in that place because you've left your body behind. You can now
Mhm.
speak telepathically very clearly. What do they say to your soul as it returns?
Mm, like kind of like initiation type thing. They're like saying, well, how did you like it? That's your first experience. What did you think?
What do you tell them?
And I told them I had no idea. It's so crazy, but interesting and wonderful at the same time. It's not like here, but kinda is. But no, not.
So what are
You
the
can't
similarities?
know.
What are the similarities
The
of?
similarities is the connection of one another, um, the being with each other and helping each other
Yes.
is the same. Caring is the same, but not as, there's unsurety on earth. There is not unsurety here.
Yes.
We know all and we have no surprises here. There, we don't know all, and there's surprises, definitely surprises.
Yes.
And the experience of physical is like no other. We take our spirituality for granted, I would say, because we know all. And when we are human, we do not. And that's intriguing.
Why do you imagine that one forgets their spirituality when they have a physical body?
Mm. Well, I felt like I didn't forget in that life. I knew where I came from and I knew, but at times I didn't. You're right, I did not. And I think it was, well, it was to experience, to evolve. It's totally different than here and there.
Yes.
You cannot remember because that's the game, name of the game. is you got to experience things versus up here. We don't experience like that. It's
Yes.
just, you have to forget to experience the physical life.
Now, you had said that that was your first physical life on Earth. Have you ever had a physical life somewhere else?
Just in space. I was in space for exception when I first was made, I guess. I don't know how I got there.
Let's find out a
But
little bit about that. I'm going to take you to that time when you're in space. Allow yourself to just float to that. I'll count from 1 to 3. When I get to number 3, you'll be in that space. 1, 2, and 3. What do you sense in this place?
I am just like, I just, the lack of words, I just want to say I'm a star. That's what it feels like, like I'm not a human or anything like that. I
Yes.
am just a word star comes in, and it's just me. It's
Yes.
just me. I'm not, no density to me at all. And I hang out in space and I watch everything go by, these gases and clouds and planets and things. I see different stuff and I just observe, and that is it. I do not interact with anything or anybody, just observe goes around me.
So go to the moment in time in which you made a decision that you no longer wanted to just observe. Go to that moment now.
Oh, I know that very well.
Tell me about that.
That's, I was thinking and I was watching and I saw consciousness go by of Earth, I guess it was, and I was fascinated and I was thinking, I've been here for so long. I wish I could have something else. And God shot down a portal and told me if I want something different than the life he had given me, that this was my opportunity to go down this portal. And I was scared and I didn't want to. And he had told me that this would be the one and only time. I started reasoning with myself that this isn't so bad. I could continue this life here as what I am. And then I decided, no, go down the portal and do something else with your life. So I did. And I went down the portal and I felt density for the first time. And I was a rock. And it was horrible. I did not like being a rock. The density to being in space and free
Yes.
to being a hard, dense rock was super hard for me.
So what did you
And
do as a rock? I would imagine you can also be observant as a rock as things go by.
it was a lot of lava. I just saw a lot of lava coming down this and all around me, and it was not fun. I did not like being a rock, and I regret why I left my space.
So, how
And
could you leave being a rock? What
I
decision
don't
did you make?
know. I remember saying this is not good. The density was so heavy. And then the next thing you know, I was a tree.
Mm-hmm.
And I thanked God for that. And I thanked him. And I was still scared. As a
Mm-hmm.
rock, I was scared out of my freaking mind, if
Mm-hmm.
lack of better words.
Yes.
The tree, God told me, this is where I can observe and be more safe.
Mm-hmm.
So I grew and observed and saw humans.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw animals and I grew and I got to feel what it was like to grow. When I was at rock, I was not growing. All I felt was heaviness.
Mm-hmm.
But as a tree, I could feel my roots growing into the ground and my branches branching out. And as I got taller, I could see more. And it was interesting.
Mm-hmm. What happened to
And
you as a tree?
then the tree, I ended up burning. It got all wilted and I left it.
What
And
happened next?
then that's when I became a bear
Mm-hmm.
and I experienced the bear life.
Yes.
Doesn't make sense. I feel like I am an energy that can just experience all kinds of lives whenever I want. It's
Mm-hmm.
kind of weird. It's like I can jump into that. That's what it
Yes.
feels like. I want to be human, jump into a human. I don't know. Jump into a bear, tree. I don't know. Is that me being energy, just
Mm-hmm.
hijacking it for experience? I don't know.
But it seems
Kind of
now,
strange.
it seems now that at this point, that this soul is now fearing death.
Hmm.
Let's find the origin of where that fear began. Because as energy going from one life to another, there is no fear of death, because all you do is transform. But sometime in the history of the soul, the fear of death began. I'm going to count from 1 to 3. When I get to number 3, you'll go to that experience that changed everything about death and life. 1, 2, and 3. What's happening?
Hmm. I'm being shown. I'm being shown all these different lives
Mm-hmm.
and of people. I count starting with my first human life.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Die on me, and I am to fend for myself, and it's scary. It's scary being human without the people you love. When I transition, it's wonderful. I'm back with the other energies and I understand everything. But when I'm human, it's scary being by myself. I love so hard. And then I'm by myself. That person I love leaves me. And
Mm-hmm.
I know I will see them again, no doubt. But here on earth, without them, is hard. And so I ask God to give me that strength to know I will need this experience and I will see them again. But the fact that it's over is just very painful for this human.
Mm-hmm. So, what is this human learning at this time, in this lifetime, about letting go of those that she loves, letting go of fears, letting go of ideas? What is she learning?
So much. Uh, she is learning to trust that we have her back.
Mm-hmm.
She is learning that it is not the end, and that with every experience she is evolving.
Yes.
She has still much to learn.
Mm-hmm.
She has good connection and hears us, and then she doesn't. But we
Mm-hmm.
are working on it.
Yes. What is the reason that she is in this lifetime? What's her
She
mission?
chose this life for the awakening or the transition of the choice of choosing the dark over the light. She wanted to witness it. She wanted to be one of the um, soldiers, I guess you would say, of helping people, helping those who choose the light to understand it. And like just as she did not understand it, we kept it from her for a very long time so she can understand what others are feeling and how she can help them transition into the light as well. It's a
Can
choice she knew would not be easy, but she chose it.
Can you explain a little bit about the idea of the dark and the light? What is this that's going on Earth at this time?
It is changing. It is coming over to a new earth.
A new Earth?
It is like mm, when the revelation in the Bible, they talk about it, but not correctly.
Mm-hmm.
But there will be a choice, just the same. And neither one is good, neither one is bad. We will all end up in the light.
Mm-hmm.
But right now, there is a division, and we will be asked to pick one.
How is it that you are
And
asked? Who asks you?
It's a more of a knowing. We
Mm-hmm.
knowing of when they came here, when we come here as spirit,
Mm-hmm.
come here, we know what way we want to go. And that's okay. There's no judgment at all. Some want to go to the dark and some want to go to the light. That's okay. They want to experience it. I personally have not experienced the dark, nor do I understand why spirits would want to choose that, but they do.
Mm-hmm.
And that is okay, God says. And I am going to help any way I can.
How is it that one helps during all
Mhm.
of this?
Help see the light, help see the good, help see that there is no death,
Mm-hmm.
that life goes on, and the choices we make is for our evolvement only. And I don't know. It's just hard to explain.
Mm-hmm.
I know that she gets confused with it, and we're trying to explain to her not to think about it too much, that we will help her see more and more of what we're talking about. But it is going away from
What is going away?
my ability to explain it to you.
Ah, well, that brings me to a question about her blockages. She says she has
Hmm.
blockages.
Hmm.
What is that all about?
Sure.
What is it?
Not sure. I think perhaps it is just her
Mm-hmm.
thinking that.
Ah,
Therefore, she does.
okay, so
She shouldn't have any
she creates
blockages.
her own blockages just
Yes,
because she
she
manifests
does.
it. All right. Is that because of a lack
Yes.
of confidence in what she's doing?
Oh, yes.
Mm-hmm.
She does not believe in herself. We tell her all the time she is wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
She can help so many people. She's experienced so much in her life.
Mm-hmm.
And she hears us and she listens and then she doesn't. But she is coming along. We show her glimpse of her future.
Mm-hmm.
It is good. Um, she goes and gets readings, and we tell her, just like her, they don't get everything correct,
Mm-hmm.
and that we will try and guide her intuition as to what to take and what to leave, and advice from others.
Mm-hmm.
She is influenced by others, and we tell her only be influenced by us. We know.
Mm-hmm.
And they know, but the human side of us gets it a little twisted.
Mm-hmm.
And so we try and clear that up. She hears us very well at times, and we're guiding her to where she can hear us better. And once she gets there, she will have the confidence we feel that she needs.
One of the statements she tells me is, I worry about how people see me.
She does.
Where does that come from?
Being seen causes issues in all her life.
Mm-hmm.
She is scared of those on the dark side in spirit and in human. And she realizes there is energy out there that is mischievous and not up to any good.
Mm-hmm.
And she is learning. We've guided her to a book she's reading. And that explains a little bit more about energy and how the mischievous, darkest energy can influence her. And that as soon as she is able to read that, she might open up more to where she can understand that it is all in her intentions and her thoughts, and that the negative pendulums, as she says, are always out there, always poking. And this book will teach her how to not give in to the poking, as so many do, and that how it goes down. So if she does that, perhaps she won't care so much about what people think if she feels protected, truly protected by us,
Mm-hmm.
by those pendulums that are out there
Yes.
poking at her. Because people can be so mean,
Mm-hmm.
and she is afraid of that, of
Okay.
how they can harm her.
Is it okay for me to take her to the origin of the issues that she has with being called a liar so we
Oh,
can
the
resolve that?
liar.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, oh, yes.
All right.
Poor thing.
Mm-hmm.
She has been harmed by those she loves and cares for very much.
All right. So let's go to the origin. I'm going to count from 3 to 1. And I want you to go back to that first moment in which someone said you didn't do something or you did something that you shouldn't have. Anything relating to being called a liar. 3, 2, and 1. Where are you?
I am with this family.
Mm-hmm.
I needed to know about God. This family was a Christian family who lived down the street. I wanted them to adopt me. I loved them.
Mm-hmm.
They had 7 children, and they had no problem bringing me in.
Mm-hmm.
They moved like 5 miles away, and I would ride my bike 5 miles to be with them. I was like, mm, I want to say like third grade. I'm not sure how old I am. Like
But
8, 9, something like, I don't know.
yes.
And I ride my bike, and I went every Saturday night. I go every weekend to spend the weekend with them. And every Saturday night, we roll our hair for church the next day. I am in a church club called Jack Cadet, and I'm reading the Bible. And when I read the Bible to the end, I get to be baptized like everybody else. And one day, there was money, something like that, money on the counter, and it turned up missing. And they asked me if I took it, and of course not, I did not. And they asked the whole family, and they came to a conclusion it was me, and I was never allowed that. I didn't steal it,
All right.
but they did. They felt that I did, and that was
Who's
the end of church.
who's the one that accused you of taking the money?
The parents,
Which one?
both of them, the mom and the dad, were standing there telling me that they feel that I stole the money and that I'm no longer welcome there.
So I want you now to talk to your mom. And I want you to explain to her that you did not take that money. Tell her.
I didn't take the money.
Tell her you accused me of something I didn't do.
You guys accused me of something I didn't do.
You took away my power.
Took away my power, my
You,
Christianity. You took a lot away from me,
and I want it back now.
and I want it back now.
Demand it.
Give
Stretch
it
out.
back to me now.
Take it. Take back your voice. Take back your power.
And accuse me of something I didn't do.
Take back your truth.
Not right. Not right. You call yourself Christian people, and you accuse a little girl who begged you, tell you not. I didn't do it. It's wrong. It's so wrong.
Yes. I want you to see how they react to you now that you have your power.
They're just saying that they're sorry.
So I want you to go and take your bike and finish off what you didn't do. Do that now. Where do you go?
I don't understand. I just get on my bike and I just go home. Embarrassing. I
I
was
want
so
you to
close to that family, and
I
then I
want you
was
to
just
see,
casted out.
what did you learn from that? This family that you thought was so Christian, was so good. What did you learn from them?
learned that I must be bad. They're so good. They're so close to God and they're baptized. They think of me as a thief and I'm not allowed around them anymore. It makes me feel like I'm a sinful person who's not worthy of God's love.
So I'd like to bring in the adult Dawn and talk to this little girl. Talk to her. What do you say to her?
Oh, honey, that's their issues. It's their issues, not God's issues, honey. They don't know. They're human and they're trying to learn themselves.
Is it the
But
truth
don't,
that they're closer to God because they've been baptized?
no,
Tell her
not
the
at all.
truth. Tell her the truth.
No. As an adult, I've learned so much. No, the baptizing is just a symbol of your commitment to Christ. It's just a symbolic thing, but does not bring you closer to Christ in any way. Not at all. And everybody has their own demons, and they loved their children. And the thought of their own children taking the money was just not possible for them. You weren't their child, so you were the scapegoat. That's all. That's how they can, that's how they can, you know, relate better to their children, thinking they're good and they're doing a good job raising them. They didn't
Is,
raise me, so
is it
why
true
not
that this
choose?
is it true that she's bad?
No, not
Tell
at
her that.
all.
Tell her that.
Oh my gosh, you're the most sweetest little girl ever. And we put a picture of you from that age in front of you. You grabbed it the other day. And you want you to remember that.
So I want you to
That's now.
find that little girl. Find all of the pieces that are shattered. All of the pieces that have been embarrassed, that have been hurt, that have been shamed. I want you to find all of the pieces of this little girl and call them back to you. It's time to stop hiding. It's time to be powerful and not embarrassed anymore. Bring them all back to you. Notice where they're hiding.
Mm. Yeah, no, I look at it like shattered glass.
How many pieces are there?
Oh, there's lots.
Bring them all back. Call all those little pieces of that little girl back. You need to be whole. You need to be complete. Bring them all back. Tell her it's safe with
All
you now.
back. It's all safe with you now. Bring all of it back, all the shattered pieces back.
Tell her
You need
she's
to be
worthy.
whole.
She's
You're
worthy.
absolutely worthy, Dawn. Oh, you're so worthy. Bring
Bring
them
her.
all back.
Give him a big hug. Bring her into your heart. Bring all those pieces back. Tell me when you're complete.
There you go. There you go, baby. There you are. There you are. Look at you. You're beautiful. Very good. Very good. You
Put
did
your arms
good,
around
honey.
her. Bring her into your heart. Make her feel safe. From this moment on, she no longer needs to feel guilty. She no longer needs to feel like people call her a liar. She no longer needs to blame herself for things that other people do. She no longer needs to worry about how others see her. She is worthy. She is confident. She's strong. She's smart. She's always guided and loved by God. Bring that little girl into your heart. And let's expand that heart now. Feel that heart expanding with love and confidence. Notice how that feels.
Yeah.
How does that heart feel now?
Feel strong.
Good. So let's do something to see how strong that heart is, how confident you are. I'm going to count from 1 to 3. And you're going to be back at those people's houses when the money is gone. And this time, you're going to bring out all of that confidence. 1, 2, 3. What happens now?
I'm telling them what for, actually. I'm
Mm-hmm.
telling them that you need to look at your own children. Don't use me as your scapegoat. It's one of them, not me.
Good. How do they react to you?
They're shocked that that's
Mm-hmm.
coming out of a little girl.
Mm-hmm. How does that feel? To speak
It
your
feels
truth.
good. It feels
Mm-hmm.
good. I'm standing up for myself.
Yes.
And they don't appreciate it. They don't like it. And I don't have a problem with it at all. What's your
Very.
problem? You know, I love you guys all very much. I really, really do. But you know what? If you can't take a look at your own children and want to use me as a scapegoat, that's your problem, not mine. I'm sorry you feel that way. I'm sorry you're not believing me. But again, that's on you, not me. And if that's the way you want to be, so be it. I'm getting on my bike. I'm gonna go live my life. Good luck with your stealing children.
Beautiful. So with that, I'd like for you to close that scene. And now with that, I'd like for you to go ahead and do a scan of your body from your head to your toe, as if you were going into a spiritual MRI machine. Seeing if there's any blockages, any shadows, anything that doesn't belong in there. As you're going through that spiritual light, it should be bright, should be light. What do you sense? How does that body feel now?
Feels good. My hands feel tingly and numb.
Very good. So I'd like for you to begin to use that tingling sensation on your hands and begin to
Mhm.
send that light from your toes all the way up to your head. Those healing hands. Send a ray of that light. Amplify it. And as you're doing that, we're going to finish with one exercise in which I'm going to take you to a theater. I'm going to count from 1 to 3. When I get to number 3, you will be in a theater with a very large stage with a black curtain. 1, 2, and 3. This is a very old theater, very ornate woodwork all around. And there are 3 steps that you will take up to the stage now. 1, 2, and 3. As you stand on the stage, I want you to look at the curtain in front of you. The curtain begins to open slowly, and in front of you is a hallway, very narrow, and there is a door at the end. The door is very, very beautiful. It's carved wood, has a beautiful handle. And beyond that door are many different universes. You see, every decision that you make takes you into a different reality. You said it yourself whenever you were finished and didn't want to live that anymore. You made a new decision. But you see, this door takes you to different decisions that you make as this person named Dawn. And on the other side, there is the Dawn that looks just like you, that has made a decision that is bringing you so much success and happiness. And I'm going to count from 1 to 3 as that door opens. When I get to number 3, you will see that other you living that life already. 1, the door begins to open. 2 and 3, walk on through. And you will see that other version of you who is already doing what you have dreamt of. Take a moment and just observe her. Now ask her, what decision did you make to take you to this reality? What does she say?
She said she's just started taking action. One step at a time. She didn't get like this overnight, just like you. And that she did it and stopped dreaming it. And that she's telling me, you hear them, they're telling you what to do. And they told me what to do. And I did it. And that's all you have to do. They're guiding you the whole way.
Very good.
We show you glimpses of it. It's real. I'm living it now. You can too.
So let's do something. I'd like for you to walk up on her. Are you in front of her or behind her?
I'm in front of her.
All right. Walk towards her and walk right into her body. And turn around and you could see through her eyes. You now are wearing her body with her confidence, with her connection. And take a moment and just walk around in her body, feeling that new you, that new confidence.
So confident.
Get
And everybody.
Notice how you interact with others. Get the rhythm of her body, of her thoughts, of her connection.
So pure.
Notice how you react now to the thought of death. A little bit different. And now that you have the rhythm of her body, the feel of being confident, no fear, Go ahead and step out of her body and thank her.
Thank you for showing me.
Mm-hmm. And you can come back here anytime you wish, have more conversations with her, get more knowledge. But it's time to go now. Turn around and see that door once again. Walk through the door in the corridor. And as you get to the end, you will see once again that staircase that you came down from. And I'm going to count from 1 to 5. With each number, you'll be waking up more and more. When I get to number 5, you'll open your eyes with complete control of your mind and your body. 5, wide awake, completely alert, feeling wonderful all over. Welcome back.
Thank you. That was crazy. That was a ride. Oh my goodness.
And there's Berlin.
Yeah, she did good. Oh
Was
my
it fast for
goodness.
you? Was it fast?
It was like, it was weird. It was more like, this is kind of, it was like, I wanted it to, like, it was so much. I'm like, okay, this had to have been a long time or something, but it didn't seem like very long. I go, but it had to have been long because you're doing so much. I'm like, this has got to be ending soon. I'm like, okay, just go with it. Stop thinking. It was just kind of crazy. An hour and a half.
That doesn't include the induction. That just includes the time we were talking.
Yeah.
So, how was that? Different?
Yeah, it was different. I didn't realize that being accused I forgot about that. See, that's what's so interesting. These things that come up in hypnosis, I completely forgot about all that.
Yeah.
And then it just comes up. How weird.
But you notice you were only, what, 8 or 9 at that time, I guess?
Yeah, I was pretty young.
And when we are accused or something happens in our life, we react. We get triggered and we react just like we were at that age, even though we don't remember what it was.
Yeah.
So, we'll act like a child again, we'll pout and, or get mad or, stomp our feet or sulk, whatever you did when you were that age. You realize
Right.
by accusing you, they were calling you bad. You were bad. You weren't
Mhm.
worthy of
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
so
never made that connection before.
well, that's what this is.
Wow.
This work is so beautiful because of that. Because
Mm-hmm.
you realize that a lot of stuff happened in when you were little. You know.
Yeah.
So your session went all over the place. You had a lot with your, your higher self directing most of it. But we did need to go back to that childhood again because I knew there was lot of stuff there.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you
Yeah.
so
You're
much.
welcome. You're welcome.
Thank
So
you.
is this something you want to share with others? There was a lot
Yeah.
there. There was a lot
Was
there.
there, if people would benefit from it, absolutely. I just, I think, yeah, that's just my issues, if other people don't have these issues.
Well, I'm going to take out some of the personal stuff that doesn't belong there. There's stuff with family members that shouldn't be there. But the stuff about the light and the dark and the past lives were really cool. You
Okay.
you were a star.
Yeah,
Do you remember that?
it's interesting. Yes,
You
I
were a
do.
rock with lava all over a
Yep,
tree.
I saw the lava very well. I did not like being a rock. It's
And
my
the
age.
lifetime in which you lived, you were basically abandoned as a baby. I mean, not abandoned, but I mean, your parents were killed and you had to live on your own.
I know that was so bizarre.
Yeah.
I'm like, what is going
Well,
on?
that's why, you had this dress on. It was your mother's dress.
I know. I'm like, how did I even get a dress? This
Yeah.
was so crazy.
You
Oh
had
my
you had her
gosh.
clothing. It's
Yeah.
interesting. It was good. So if we're going to publish this, let everybody know who you are and how they could find you and what you do.
Uh, well, I hope to help others just like how you helped me. I know that we're all going through this crazy stuff in this world, and hypnotherapy, sound healing, all that is very good for all of us. It really is. And I want to help any way I can. And whatever it is that people need, and if they feel drawn to me, I hope I can help them,
Mm-hmm.
because life's hard and it doesn't need to be, really
Yeah.
doesn't.
So
And
you do hypnosis.
yes, I do hypnosis and soul realignment. My company is Divine Blueprint Hypnosis, and I hope to grow it and help people just as like you do, and everybody out there who's on the light trying to help people.
Yeah. And where are you
I hope.
located? Where are you located?
Oh, I'm located in Auburn, California, right outside of Sacramento.
There you go. So if you're
Yeah,
looking for a practitioner to do a hypnosis session with, give Dawn a
thank you,
call.
thank you.
Go through her website and she'll be happy. She does different types of hypnosis. I know you've done QHHT, you've done introspective hypnosis, you've done other types. So
Yeah, hypnotherapy, soul realignment.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Hmm.
So yeah, if you want to have a session with me, just go to my website albaweinman.com, sign up for my newsletter. It comes out once a month, and that is where you will find the calendar for next month's sessions.
Just might want to add,
Yeah,
it took me about a year to get, don't give up. Don't
don't
give
give
up.
up.
If you don't
Don't
make
give up.
it, it's divine intervention when you'll get your
That's
session with
that's it.
Alba.
That's it. So thank you all
Hmm.
for watching. Much love to you. Bye bye.